WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. We are getting to the end of the indoor soccer season, which means this guy's going to start playing outdoor soccer, and he's been coaching and working with Celtic. But, of course, our pal Carl Delmont, who owns Fremont Mortgage, also the owner of the Harrisburg Heat. And just a couple of games left in the season here, Carl.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't make postseason this year. So while our season comes to end this weekend, Baltimore, congratulations. They secured the Eastern Division, so they'll be moving on, and I think they'll do real well. I mean, they're a strong team and well coached, and so I guess once our season's over, I'll start cheering for them again.
Well, you've owned the team for a couple of years now. You've made no bones about it that you're a Baltimore Blast fan, and obviously did this in regard with Ed and being involved in the league and being involved in soccer. For the Blast to make this move out to the suburbs a year into this, you've been to games there. Your team has played games there. Just some thoughts about that, because I don't want to say controversial or whatever, because I don't know there's any controversy around things these days other than you do what you do. But people have talked about this 20, 30 years ago. Ed had talked about at one point building an arena out in the Timonium area. I remember that back in the 80s and 90s. He talked about that, and yet the CQ Arena's been their home this year. That's been a move for the fans, and I know it was designed to be better for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, there's some fans who don't like their new arena. I've been there, unfortunately, for a few games because our schedules overlap, but I think it's great. I mean, it's got the graphics, the top-of-the-line scoreboard, just not really a bad seat in the house. I mean, it's nice. It's smaller than the downtown, but
sure,
it's obviously much nicer, too. I mean, to me, it's kind of like, you have a car you bought in the, 50s, and you like it, but cars today have a lot more features. So maybe upgrading its stuff, the emotional attachment's one thing, but the reality of it is I think it was a good move for them, and they seem to be happy, and the fans seem to be happy, so more power to them.
I was over at UMBC Sunday for basketball, and they built a cute little arena over there, too. And, Coppin has a beautiful little arena. Loyola's got the stadium on the hill now, right, that we all see when we drive by TV Hill as well. Facilities, everything, and I know that that's one of your challenges in Harrisburg, too. And I think it was something that was a challenge for the Hershey Bears up in your marketplace, too, before the Giant Arena came along, right?
Yeah, and the Giant Arena, people say, why don't you look into that? But super expensive, and then you also have the best-selling minor league team in the country plays there at the same time we do. So I don't think we get very good dates, and getting bad dates and paying 7 times more for them is not exactly a great option. So we don't have any D1 schools in our immediate vicinity. The closest one would be obviously Penn State College, but that's far too far. So most of the schools around the Harrisburg market are D2, D3. So smaller populations, thus a smaller arena that wouldn't really suffice. So we're going to be at the farm show for foreseeable future, I guess.
Well, you love soccer so much, and I know you got Celtic, and you got your kids' schedule, and you play a little bit and all that stuff. It is really weird watching the Olympics right now and thinking, well, the next big thing that's going to happen is going to be the World Cup, and we're not going to be a part of that. And I know we talked about it when it first happened, but I think for the whole soccer community, and even up in your area where Pulisic is, a star and a native son up there and all that stuff, not being involved this spring and this summer, that's really going to hit home when the thing gets started, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. You saw the resurgence in the girls' side back in, was it 98 when the girls' team with the Brandy Chastain and all that stuff.
I had Brianna Scurry on a couple weeks ago. She joined me at the Super Bowl. She lives out in Minnesota, so yeah, she's one of those teammates.
She was in town for something, I think, last year. I remember. But anyway, yeah, I mean, she's from Jersey, I think.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. But, when they do well, it actually helps the game. But, I mean, I think the game is going very well right now. I mean, you look at Forbes came out with an article that soccer's the number 3 sport from, I think, 12 to 35-year-olds overtaking. And football dropped a little bit. Football's still number 1, but football dropped a little bit. Soccer's moving up. So, we'll see what happens. It's a weird sport in the sense that if you don't understand the rules and what's going in the strategy, it looks boring. Americans were accustomed to a lot of scoring, a lot of action, and also TV doesn't love it because it's really hard to monetize it because there's no timeout. So you have to have those ribbon boards around the side of the walls that change every now and then. But that being said, I mean, it's called a beautiful game for a reason. I love it. Maybe it's someone's cup of tea, but I love outdoor, I love indoor, I love futsal, I love watching them playing, and coaching is my stress relief. I enjoy just get out in the field with the kids and watch them develop and improve. And now I'm at the point where, my older ones are getting off to college, and I got this younger group that hopefully they'll be in the same boat a couple years from now.
And the Harrisburg Heat, of course. Carl Delmont joining us here from Fremont Mortgage. Of course, our longtime sponsor and sponsor of all of our swabbing events. We are putting together an event with head coach Barry Trotz of the Washington Caps in late March. We're also going to be joined by our partner Brian Billick in April for some draft conversation. All of that will be brought to you by Fremont. You're also doing a workshop, right, on March 8th, getting some folks involved with your primary business, which is how to find people comfortable loans and on the biggest thing that they're going to wind up doing, which is purchasing a home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at, we had these new tax laws that come into, effect. So I think that's going to change some things. There's a lot of people who are asking questions, how does that or does it affect their home buying decisions? But more importantly, there's so many rules and regs and changes. And, the other thing is credit scores. People don't fully understand the importance of a credit score and how it can impact how much you pay for a house. I mean, the easiest example I can give you is, two of them. One, imagine they were identical twins, and they both made the same money. They're both going to buy townhomes right next door to one another. So, just one number apart or two numbers apart, depending where they are as far as address. But the house price is the same, the features the same, everything's the same. And the amount of money they're borrowing to buy the house is the same. The only difference is Twin A has a 764 credit score and Twin B has a 640 credit score. Well, Twin B is probably going to pay about $250 a month more simply because his credit score is not pristine. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. We're going to be doing a free workshop. There's no selling. There's no anything about it. It's just we're going to give information and answer questions on how to improve your credit score, put people on a good plan, and talk about how to buy a house in today's market. If they want to go with us, great. If you want to go somewhere else, same thing. We just want to give information like we do with you on a regular basis here. And it'll be March 8th. In Baltimore. All the information is on the website. It's under, I think, how to buy a home in today's market. Should change that and improve your credit score too. But again, no selling, no anything. It's just we're going to have our experienced staff there to answer questions and go over things that are going on. And for people, this is really ideal for people who think they'll be buying a house in the near term, like maybe the next month or so, or people who are thinking, maybe by summertime or maybe even a little bit later. Now's a good time to really figure out what you need to do, get on the right steps, so when you're ready to buy, you're in the best situation. Because too many people just wake up one day like, oh, look, it's a cool house on Zillow. I think I'll go buy it. And next thing you know, you don't have a realtor, you don't have a pre-approval, your credit score is not exactly where it needs to be, and then you get kind of frustrated. So
how long does it take to get a credit score better? Like, if you're thinking about that, would it be like a year of doing things differently in some way?
Well, I mean, obviously, the more time you have, the better you can prepare yourself. If your credit score is very low, then time is something that you're really going to need because there are some things that we can help you with that would be immediate results or very quick results. But other things, only time can heal. So, again, buying a house is like buying anything else financially. You got to make a logical decision, not an emotional decision. So if you actually do all this stuff up front before you start looking at houses and get all emotional excited, well, now we can put you in the best possible plan. And the other thing is we offer pre-approvals, not pre-qualifications. So pre-quals, just basically they look at your credit report, you tell them how much you make, and they give you, based on that, okay, yeah, you qualify for this much. But there's a ton of caveats. A pre-approval, it costs more money, but we do it for our clients. How it works is we get your pay stubs, W-2s, and all those other things up front, give it to an underwriter, and they underwrite the file up to the point where all we're waiting on, for all intents and purposes, is going to be the appraisal, home inspection, a few other things. As a seller, they love that. A realtor loves it because they know that there's a high probability, like 99.9% chance, that this loan's going to close, whereas in a pre-qual, it's much lower. So if you have 4 offers coming in and 3 are pre-quals and 1's a pre-approval, almost always the pre-approvals get accepted. Yeah,
you're gonna win. You're gonna win the house you want. Purchasing a home, refinancing a home, loan options, educating homeowners. That's all the stuff they do at Fremont, including their workshop on March 8th. 800-955-8508. And, of course, a couple of games left for the Harrisburg Heat this weekend. Carl, relax. We'll get through this thing here. We'll even get through the U.S. not being involved in the World Cup, and we'll see you on the other side. We'll chat some more next month as we get ready to swab some people and get our live radio series going again with head coach Barry Trotz. I know you're looking forward to that as well.
Absolutely. And anyone who's maybe sad about the World Cup, we've got a cool thing for Celtic. We're having a raffle to help raise money for the scholarship funds. It's $10 a ticket. You can find any Celtic player happy to put you in touch. But its first prize is 2 tickets 2 round-trip airfare and 4 nights hotel to go see Man City play over in London. And then second prize is 2 tickets and a signed jersey with certificate of authenticity. And then third prize is, you mentioned him earlier, Pulisic. We got a signed U.S. national team jersey that his mom got signed for me. So 3 great prizes, only $10 a ticket, and then I think late next month. So another great opportunity. Do have to add a Fremont Mortgage, FREEDMONT.com, NMLS number 1067.
I know, you got to get the 1067 in there. I know the number. I just don't know the MLS number. I don't know how to do that.
We'll teach you.
Carl, appreciate you as always. We'll send everybody out on March 8th, and good luck this weekend in wrapping up your season. I know. Ownership's hard. We all know that, right? Mr. Angelos will find out this year,
Saturday's going to be fun. We got Valber Texera is going to retire, so we get a big night for him. But,
nice.
Not looking forward to it, but kind of looking forward to it. I'm happy for his career, but sad to see him go. But so that'll at least put a positive spin on a somewhat disappointing season.
Well, tell Den we ask about him as well. I think Brazil's qualified for the World Cup, so I'll put the Brazilian jersey on it. Yeah, I'll go with Den, and we'll watch Brazil this summer. How about that?
All right, cool.
It's been done before. There he goes, Carl Delmont from Fremont Mortgage, as well as the Harrisburg Heat, 800-955-8508, and Fremont, that's 2 E's, FREEDMONT, as Carl likes to say, out on the web. You can find me out on the buyatoyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world for anything that you miss. Our morning newspaper ships to your email inbox at 7 a.m. digitally each and every morning. It's free. It's all brought to you by Planet Fitness and planetfitness.com. I am Nestor, nasty at WNST.net. Reaches me, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, streaming live on our Facebook Live right here and our YouTube WNSTV channel. Don't forget the Ray Lewis bus trip upselling. We're on to our 4th bus now to Canton, Ohio. Who says no one listens to WNST? We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.